the reason I wouldn't buy one, it's just me. It's just me. So what do you got? Good, good. Okay, there are jobs and there are jobs, but I've never seen anyone do a job like this before. And kun tamnam tukwan every day.
Yes.
My me one yut.
Right.
My God. Yeah, a Bangkok bus driver earns approximately 27,000 baht per month, which is under $1,000. Hi guys, welcome back to Alpha Amigo. Occasionally in this video, we're going to look at jobs that you would never want to do in Thailand. Well, I would never want to do, even if they allowed us to do the jobs, which they don't, because the jobs featured in this video, well, it's just not the jobs featured in this video. Most of the jobs in Thailand are just reserved for Thais, as you know. And when you watch this video, you probably think it's a good job they are reserved for Thais, because I wouldn't like to do it. I'm sure you wouldn't like to do it. Anyway, we're going to catch a bus, and that's the first job we're going to look at. A Bangkok bus driver. So we're waiting for a bus, and I can tell you, the noise, the traffic noise on some of these clunkers can be a bit overwhelming. So I'm going to try and keep the microphone fairly close to hand, but I apologise in advance if it is a bit noisy, but I assure you it'll be very insightful. Where the hell is this bus? It's the same wherever you go in the world. One comes and they all come. Here we go. The reasons I bought a car when I first came here was for independence. And you can't be independent. Well, I know there's lots of you out there that don't drive. But for me, it goes hand in hand with independence, having my own transport. But one of the things you lose out on when you drive a car anywhere, you don't see as much or experience as much as you would if you're going on public transport. And that's one of the things I'm enjoying about this morning. I'm out and about and I'm in the thick of it. But I tell you this much, it's a job I couldn't do. The salary, for example, of a Bangkok bus driver. Yeah, a Bangkok bus driver earns approximately 27,000 baht per month, which is under $1,000. And for a job like this, I mean, I don't know how they do it. I mean, I'm sweating like a pig. I'm sweating like a pig because we're not moving. Anyway, have a look. I was wondering where the smell of food was coming from, and that's where it is. That's the Sudi Sand. It's not Sudi Sand. It's Wee Wang MRT food market that caters for commuters in the mornings. Some of them are packing up to go because the rush hour is ended. It's 10 o'clock, and there you see them pouring the oil down the drains. There you go now. And you're wondering why the storm drains on Bangkok can't cope with the flood waters during the rainy season. A bit pointless to say that you'd like to be a bus driver in Bangkok, but to be honest, you know you can't, because it's an occupation reserved for Thais. So that was the 185, and Well, that brings you from Wig Wang to Paramgao. And Paramgao is a good spot to look at some more occupations that you wouldn't want to do. And a few of these occupations, as I stated already, I have done in the past, and I'd never want to do again, and especially not in Thailand. The working hours and the salary, like the bus drivers, I don't know how many days they get off a week, but 27,000 baht equates to something less. It equates to something less than $1,000 a month, substantially less than $1,000 a month. And they might work 6 days a week. And I can tell you, the workers in shopping centres in Thailand work 6 days a week. And they work for considerably less than that. I know some establishments here, nail bars or beauty salons or any of these shops that we're going to see now, you'd be lucky if you earn 20,000 baht a month. Anyway, this is where we are. That's Fortune Town across the road. And that's Central, or as the Thais say, Sentan Paramgao. They can't pronounce Central. Years ago, I worked in numerous shopping malls. By the way, if you want to keep vloggers out of a shopping mall, just play music. That's why I couldn't talk in Sentan Paramgao. So we're crossing the road, we're going under the subway here and just coming up the street level, and we're going across the road to Fortune Town, where I don't think they play music, and I can demonstrate and show you some of the jobs I used to do in Ireland that I would never, ever do here. Well, you can see around you a pharmacy. I mean, I just couldn't. The whole idea of studying to be a pharmacist, to work in a retail outlet, Jesus Christ, I couldn't do it. There's no way, especially the opening hours in a place like this. This is 6 days a week, lads. Anything around here is 6 days a week. And you work for a pittance. Swaddy crap. Any yogurt? Yeah. Okay, tarai no crap. Oh, here, okay. A second. Not that I'm hungry for yogurt. Okay, thank you. Okay. You can bet your bottom dollar that yogurt girl works 6 days a week and she's earning less than 20,000 baht. I mean, there's a job. I mean, maybe if you're younger, obviously if you're younger and you're from Thailand, you'll take a job like that. But even when I was working in malls, I worked in malls like this in Dublin. I worked in a place called the ILAC Centre in 1983, and it was a dump then compared to this. But I was I earning more than they're earning here? I would have been earning more in 1983 in Dublin, working in a mall, than these guys are earning now. And I would have had all the entitlements like holidays and days off and all the rest of it. But I just count my lucky stars that I'm not dependent on a job in retail. I worked for years for a company called Dunnes Stores. And if you want to know what Dunnes Stores is the equivalent to, say, Big C in Thailand or Tesco in the UK. Although I think Dunnes Stores is older than Tesco. It's a huge chain. They have branches in Fungarola, for example, in Spain, and all over Ireland. And I was 26 county mobile with them. Basically, I was a supermarket manager. It wasn't a supermarket manager. It was the same as Big C or Lotus, Tesco. You have your drapery, your clothing, and you have your food. And you have a food manager of the food section, the food supermarket, and I'd be the manager of the drapery of the clothing section. And I was 26 county mobile. So in other words, I was put anywhere in the Republic of Ireland. They wouldn't transfer you north of the border because that's obviously a separate jurisdiction. But I was 26 county mobile, and I moved around, and I hated every minute of it. In that job I worked 5 days a week, but it was 7 days a week because you're the manager. you couldn't really take yourself away from it. And the salary, although it was reasonable at the time, it wasn't fantastic. Oh my God, that's one thing I'd never ever want to do again, is work in a supermarket. And there's Tesco down there. I'm not going down because it'll stop me recording, I know that. Anyway, let's go up to the next level where we find some mobile phone shops. And I worked in the mobile phone industry for over 10 years in Ireland. By the way, in the supermarket industry, I worked for 10 years as well. So here we are. These girls, Oppo and Vivo and all the rest of it. What do you got? They're only opening up. But these are all mobile accessories and stuff like that shops. And again, well, it's 20 past 10 now, but they'll be open till say 8 o'clock tonight, 9 o'clock tonight, and it's 7 days a week here. Although they're all in good spirits by the looks of it. It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me, lads. Happy Fix. Fix and repair. Okay, they repair mobile phones. And there's the technicians there working in Happy Fix. This is where I buy my tripods. Actually, the monopod that I'm using now I bought there. For me, this was always soul destroying. Coming into a mall, well, we used to open up, we'd be open for 9 o'clock. Coming into a mall about 7:45, grabbing a cup of coffee or a burger from Burger King or McDonald's before you start work. Opening up and starting your day and being confined to an artificial environment for your working day. That really killed me. That really killed me. Anyway, let's move on. I was a t-shirt printer for how many years? I worked in the UK for 3 months and I worked back in Ireland for maybe 8, 9, about 3 years of my life. I did t-shirt printing. There's a t-shirt printing shop up here. Let's see if they're So behind me is a place where I've come before to get merchandise printed for a channel I had before, the Big Picture El Panorama. I got shirts done. And these guys will do your logos, they'll do your keyring, they'll do mugs, they do all the rest of it. But this is very similar to what I used to do in Bournemouth years and years ago. I started in Bournemouth printing t-shirts in 1988. And the job itself wasn't that bad at all, actually. It was pretty good, actually. I enjoyed it. But the location was a shopping centre. So I trained in Bournemouth and then I went back to work in the ILAC Centre where I'd worked before for Dunn Stores. That's the supermarket manager thing. I'd worked there before for 10 years and then I spent 3 years printing t-shirts in the same mall and it nearly killed me because of the artificial lighting in an artificial environment. I don't do artificial environments. I could get Alpha Omega mugs done here, look, and beer glasses. How about that? Keyring Tarai, Keyring Tarai logo.
I have this. This is 99.
Gausip Galban.
Yes.
Gallagher logo, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Okay.
But I need to check some I don't have in stock.
Okay, no problem. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you. If any of you are interested in that, it's going to cost me 99 baht, he says, to get a key ring done with the Alpha Omega logo on it. And if you're interested, lads, let me know. If it's 99 baht for me to produce, now I'm not saying it will be, would it be, that's what he said. That's 3, it could be $10 for you shipping, I don't know. But let me know if you're interested. Anyway, I've got to get out of here. So there's a job I wouldn't do. I just would not do again. I just could not do again. Look, I'm in an artificial environment. The sun is shining outside, the sky is blue. Do you know, I'd rather sweep the streets. I would. I'd rather sweep the streets than work in a shopping mall. That's 100%. Where's the escalator that goes down? Oh, it's over here. God damn. I'm disorientated, that's another thing. Working in a bloody mall. So that's Fortune Town in Russia. And we were in Central or Centan before that. 2 places, I swear to God, I'm back out in the fresh air. Well, I won't say fresh air, this is Bangkok. But I'm back out in the natural environment. And for me, that just, You know, that's it. I work online from home, but I have a laptop. I can bring myself outside and do it. I can go anywhere and do it. But being rooted, is that dirty? That's fucking dirty. But being rooted to an artificial environment would drive me absolutely fucking crazy. Can't do it, won't do it. I'd go hungry, I would. If the Thai government said that Farang could work the same as Thais, do all the same jobs as Thais could do, there's very little I'd be capable, when I say capable, psychologically capable of doing. The obvious ones might be something that keeps you out and about, like taxi driver. But a taxi driver is something I wouldn't do because it's so bloody monotonous and you have to keep to work 7 days a week. But there we are, that's where we were. Lotuses, it used to be called Tesco, and it's in Fortune Town. We weren't in Lotuses, but Lotuses is in Fortune Town. And I got the option now to walk home, or get a taxi, or catch the bus. I tell you one thing, I wouldn't be a security guard. That goes without saying. I mean, I know it's outside, but Jesus, it would do your head in. It would absolutely do your bloody head in. Another thing I couldn't do, although it's out in the open, and I was just saying earlier on, I'd rather sweep the streets than work in a mall. I'd rather sweep the streets and work in a mall, but I wouldn't like to sweep the streets. They're municipal work. I don't know. Hello. Hello. Could you I? Could you? Mia. Could you I?
No.
Could you I? Okay. And kun tam nam tuk wan every day.
Yes.
Mai mi wan yut.
Hi.
My God. Okay. Okay. So bye bye. Bye bye. Okay. Extremely friendly municipal workers. But they work 7 days a week. One of them was quite attractive. Wow, very attractive. You know me to spot that. Extremely friendly. Municipal worker. I take back what I said about sweeping the streets. 7 days a week, no way, Jose. Nothing 7 days a week. So I just get off the bus there, back on home turf. Those municipality workers, I don't know how they do it. I really don't. Let's take a look at a few others here that are plying their trade. These are definitely jobs that you'd have to be either very, very needy to do it, or very young, because they're a young person's pursuit from what I can see. Okay, there are jobs and there are jobs, but I've never seen anyone do a job like this before. Using a blowtorch to cook pork. That's a new one on me. Good God. And they sell them. You see, guys, this is what you're eating when you eat street food. Oh. Let's have a look and see what this guy is selling down here. This is definitely a job I wouldn't have. I'll tell you why. The smoke would knock you out. It really would. Imagine inhaling that all day long. Any guy, yeah? Guy.
Man up, guy.
Guy. And tarai. Noon tarai. Samsip. Samsip at noon. Okay. Okay. But no. So 30 baht for one. I think he thinks I'm going to buy one. I'm not going to buy one. Because I tell you one thing. I'll get out of his way. Okay. The reason I wouldn't buy one, it's just me. It's just me. So what do you got? Good. Okay. I tell you, I had to get away from there. It's just me, but I don't eat chicken that's cooked on the street. I've had too many bad experiences. Honestly. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying it for a second. But it's certainly a job I wouldn't like, because it's roast and toast and you're inhaling all that smoke. You're here all day long and probably all night long. And at 30 baht per piece, what are you making? you know. I ask permission every time, lads, so don't worry about it. This guy is selling oranges and satsumas, or mandarins, or whatever, clementines, or whatever. And we're looking at, for 2 kilos of one, it's 100 baht. And let's do a Google Translate. Rather than ask and get confused. So it says, this is what it translates as. Oranges with seeds, so seeded. 2 kilos for 100 baht. That's seeded oranges, 2 kilos for 100 baht. And I didn't get the whole thing, I have to do it again. It didn't translate the other one, but presumably they're the small mandarins. So you get 10 for 100 baht. 10 for 100 baht. But at least he's not standing on the street. At least he's not inhaling smoke. But he's inhaling all the fumes, because Bangkok air quality at the time of making this video, and I said that in my last video, is in the red, and I should be wearing a face mask. But you see, I'm not Thai, I don't wear face masks. See guys, well, you got a motorcycle taxi guys behind me, and these are the guys that work. If anyone works 7 days a week, these guys do. I know it because I've spoken to so many of them. And they charge, say, anything from 10 baht to 50 baht, depending where you're going, but not really more than 50 baht max for a journey. And how many journeys do they get in a day? Probably, let's say 10, that's 500 baht if they're lucky, per day. 7, 5, 35, so 3,500 baht a week. Excuse me. That's $100, give or take, per week. $400 a month. That's the average wage for Thailand. That's how it works out. A teacher gets roughly that. And these are, by the way, I was a teacher here in Thailand at one stage in a school, so I know what it's like. And it is, well, I was being paid more because it was a Farang, English teachers get paid more. And if you want to know how much, 30,000 baht per month. That's just under. That's just a little bit more than a Bangkok bus driver. So there you go. So that's where we started with the Bangkok bus drivers. Now we're finishing with the motorcycle taxi drivers and me. You know, I wouldn't trade where I am now. The only thing I'd swap for now would be Thai citizenship, and to be able to, I don't know. You know, even if I had Thai citizenship, there isn't one job that I can think of, especially of the jobs we've looked at in today's video, that I'd relish the thought of working at. That's the truth. That's the truth. It's probably because I'm old, you see, I'm getting old, and my appetite and my enthusiasm for being industrious is on the wane, let's say. But it doesn't affect my enthusiasm for YouTube. It doesn't at all. As you can see, it's self-evident. So I'm going to make my way home, and I'm going to employ the services of the microwave to have something to eat, and it won't be that chicken, that's for sure. So guys, if you haven't already, click that like button, the share button, subscribe button. Do all those wonderful things, and let me know, what would be your least tasteful occupation in Thailand if you could occupy a position like that? See you again soon.